Welcome everybody to this edition of Attention Talk Video. I'm your host, ADHD and attention coach, Jeff Copper. Okay, so I think we have a real opportunity out there. I think my first interview with Dr. Russell Barkley was March of 2011 on Attention Talk Radio. And in that interview, we talked about ADHD as an executive functioning issue, more specifically one of self-regulation. And there's two things that you need to regulate. One is your attention and the other is your emotions. And yes, emotions are as much a part of ADHD as attention is. Yes, it's not in the diagnostic criteria in the DSM-5. As an aside, it used to be a part of the diagnostic criteria before 1970. It was taken out because it was difficult to measure. At this point in time, I'm pretty confident it's going to come back in. It's a question of when. Needless to say, some of the foremost researchers in the world really agree that it's there. Now, the challenge of regulating your emotions is it's emotional. How do you manage that? And when you are really, really emotional, it's really, really difficult to do that. And so often we go in and try to deal with it in the now. And as an athlete in college and past that, I really subscribed to exercises and to build a skill over a period of time so that you can deal with it. And so one of the things that I do with some of the people that I'm coaching is when you're going to try to regulate your emotions, it's very difficult to do because it's emotional. And so one of the general thought is you help people really feel their body because your body doesn't lie. When it's tense, when you feel a flooding feeling or whatever, you tend to be emotional. So the idea is you begin to listen to your body to trigger you to realize that you're in an emotional state. Then you have to become aware of it. Breathe deep, count to 10, and really kind of relax, calm down, and begin to brainstorm. I've said it before and said it again. It's easy for me to say all this stuff. It's very difficult for you to execute. As an aside, if you're interested in a little more detail, I did an interview with Autumn Zatani at Sesame Street in 2014 on Attention Talk Radio. If you Google Attention Talk Radio, Sesame Street, the interview will come up. And in that interview, we just talked about what they were doing on the TV show in season 43 to kind of help teach preschoolers how to self-regulate emotions. So anyway, here's where we are. We have a great opportunity. I'm not a political person. I'm not here to be pro-Democrat or pro-Republican. But if you have ADHD, one of the things that I do when I'm coaching people is have them practice checking their emotions by watching a suspenseful movie or a tearjerker and kind of notice themselves when they start to get emotional or the music gets intense and kind of stop, kind of calm their body down and kind of like let go of the emotions. But with the election coming around between Trump and Biden, it's a very polarizing political climate that's out there. There are some people that are really for Trump and some that are really for Biden. And so I don't really care what your belief systems are, but if you do have a strong belief one way or another, you have a great opportunity right now to, if you're a Trump supporter, you can go watch CNN, and if you're a Biden supporter, you can go watch Fox. And the point really is you watch these news sources because you're so emotional about your belief system, they're probably going to rub you the wrong way. Now, the idea really is to look at this as an attention exercise, as a way for you to practice catching yourself, feeling your body get tense, relaxing it, taking some deep breaths and letting it go. Kind of like a basketball player shoots free throws or a tennis player might practice their serve. You're doing this in a simulated environment, so when you get out in the real world, you're more apt to catch yourself when you feel your body and kind of calm down in the same way. So I call these attention exercises. And again, with the political climate being what it is you got a great opportunity if you have strong beliefs for one candidate or the other to watch the other news channel. If you're somebody that's on the fence, some of you crowd can really watch the people that are really, really fanatical out there and say, listen, you need to kind of get over it. Again, the idea here is to share with you something for you to begin to practice and recognize your emotions and begin to take them and down, regulate them and work with them in a simulated environment where you can practice them so that you can practice them and maybe develop that skill and do a little bit better game time. I hope that this is giving you some insight. If you do this, I hope you have fun with it. Laugh at yourself, particularly for having a hard time letting it go. This is not intended to be a political thing, but really just an opportunity for you guys to exercise this. Post-election, you still can do this in other ways by watching politics from the other side, but I think it's really an opportunity right now with where things are. Please subscribe to our channel. We release tips on a weekly basis like this and others, and share comments. I'm interested in your thoughts. Did you like this? Was it hard? Was it easy? Did it help you move forward? So with that, I hope this gave you some insight. Catch us next week for another great edition of Attention Talk Video. Take care.